Guess who it is? It's your big buddy Brad. Did your mother ever holler at you and say, close the door? What, do you live in a barn? Yes, my mother sounds exactly like that. Yes, my mother sounds exactly like that. Enough dad jokes. I'm sure you had enough dad jokes as me from the last time. If your mother or grandmother ever hollered at you and said that, and you found that kind of attractive, this might be the property for you. We got a barn today. The Barndo. Finish it and make a house out of it. Could you replicate it? I bet you could. There's 30 million people looking for 10 million houses. That's 20 million short. So you can't find it. You're aggravated. You're pissed off. I know you are, because everybody calls us and they're all complaining about the same thing. You're overpaying. You're competing. Who wants to compete? Competing's for basketball, not for houses. You want to ease yourself into a house. Could we find you 5 to 25 acres somewhere and build your own place? Sure you could. We're going to show you how. And I'm going to show you everything, and I'm going to share all the numbers with you as well. 400 amp service, 1600 foot, 2-inch water line. I'm going to show you that and why I like you and want you to have enough volume. Brand new septic system with 3 100-foot lateral lines in chambers. So that's the best you can get. I'm going to show you everything. Come along for the ride. Don't touch that dial. And we're going to go on this tour of a Barndominium. In the making. You got to finish it. It's just a shell. But that's okay. Why not finish it the way you want to finish it? There's another barn on the property. It's an old barn, old tobacco barn. I'm going to show you aerials. Stay tuned. Oh, hey, real quick. We got to hit 100,000 subscribers. If you like the information I give, if you like my personality, don't ask my wife. If you like what you see here on our channel, subscribe. We got to hit 100,000, and I want to take you along for the ride. Help support the channel. Click down here, like, subscribe. Let's hit 100,000. And for 100,000, I'm going to do something real special. No, it's not going to be the shirtless tour. You don't want to see that. But maybe it'll be something. Maybe I can get Cindy to do that. Hold on, hold tight. Let's assume that y'all have kids, and one of you doesn't want to be too far from the school. Well, the school is right up there. I'll show you in the aerials. It's right past the water tower. There's the school. There's Dollar General. There's the post office, churches, all that kind of stuff. 1.7 miles away. Yep, this is a state highway. Quick to get anywhere. You are, and I know this might not be a motivator, but you are within 10 to 12 miles of 3 Walmart supercenters in different towns. So you're kind of really central, and that's what I like about Boyle County. This way, one of you gets the convenience of living close to everything, and the other one of you gets the satisfaction of knowing that you're on 25 acres out in the country. I'll show you the aerials here, and you can judge for yourself. You got a pond here, you got a barn here. I'm going to show you everything. This is a very interesting story. We call it the Barndo, the Barndominium. There's a great channel, and it's called Texas Best, and I'll put a link in here. This guy has got a real thing going on. He's building these Barndominiums in Texas. Of course, you know everything's better in Texas. I love Texas myself. I love the food. I love the culture. I love the attitude. He's doing an amazing job building these exactly. He puts a big shop in them, but it looks like a barn, but it's not. It's a house. This is a property that Cindy and I have owned for 30 some years. We sold the land. A builder came in, put this on it, and then life happened. And I don't have to tell you what that is. It's just stuff. You know, a lot of things happen. People get sick, they get divorced, you know, whatever. Wasn't the case here, but I'm just telling you, there's just so many things because people get real skeptical. They're like, oh my God, why are they selling? Well, it falls in the Nunya zone, and it's just one of those things. Nice pond down there. Again, 30 some years we own this property. I know every square inch of this place. Right down here is Doctor's Fork, and I'll show you on an aerial. Some people call it Doctor's Creek. That's what the sign says. I think that's somebody from the state. They don't know what they're talking about. Doctor's Fork, it's on every map. You can see the little guardrail. Where's the, right there. You can see the little guardrail right there. There's some of the first shots fired, and it was a bumble fighting over water or something like that. I don't know. You have to come to the battlefield. The battlefield, state park, national park, whatever, is right over there, maybe 3-4 miles from here. 3-4 miles. Yeah, that's it. No more. It tells you all the history. But these were some of the very first shots fired. Pretty interesting. And it's frustrating. I know. People are pulling their hair out, and they're saying to themselves, what am I doing? I'm paying extra for this house just to get it. Well, it's not stupid, because as the market keeps rising and the interest rates keep staying low, you're buying at today's prices and paying off with tomorrow's dollars. It's not stupid. And it also depends on what your goals are. Is your goal to get your house paid for in 10 years? Let's talk about some real numbers here. If you found, and this is hard to find, okay? There's not a lot of Barndos around here. In Texas, yes, and that fellow's doing a great job trying to build them as fast as he can. I'll bet he's got a waiting list out the yin-yang. We don't have a lot of that here. Could you start that here? Absolutely. You don't have to start the business, but you start the trend. We started here with one. People really like it. I'm going to take you inside and everything. Can we find you 25 acres out in the country somewhere? Heck yeah. Now it's got nothing on it. So what's your biggest apprehension? Well, your biggest apprehension is building. People don't like builders. People don't like contractors, whatever. I get it. I don't like it either. I like the good ones, and the other ones, well, I don't like them. That's just the way it is. If you got a good contractor who could build one of these for you, what is your next apprehension? Power, water, sewer. We put all that stuff in for this project because I know it's your biggest apprehension. It was $7,800 for a septic system. I thought it was going to be $5,000. It wasn't. The power's in, 400 amp service to a pad transformer, and you're thinking, why would you put a pad transformer and a box right in the middle of a field? Well, because there's a spot up there reserved, leveled off, and stoned for a shop. And that shop is going in there, and this power would have been too far to go from the house. So we put it in the middle. You can shoot out there, and you can shoot in here, and you got a meter there. You'll have a meter for the shop. Or you can peel off of that one. I don't know how it works. I'm not an electrician. You just got to meet our guy out here. No big deal. But anyway, you got power here. Plant some of that pampas grass stuff around there, you never even see it. The meter reader guy doesn't even come out anymore. I guess it goes with cellular or something. Maybe it goes back on the wires. I don't know. That would be smart. I should invent that. Who wants to know about septic systems? That was a joke. You don't have to laugh. It is just a shell. It is 30 by 42. Can't remember. I think it's 30, maybe it's 36 by 42. I'll put it in here. This is built super well. There's a 2x12 headers here, 2x12 headers up there on the top, double. That's for the second level. You can put a second level in here, no problem. These are real Pella windows. We've got all the screens and all that. Double headers there. That's super strong stuff. So when I've had friends in here, they say, well, where are the rooms? Well, they're anywhere you want them to be, right? These are treated and they're alternated here. This is, Morton used to do this, or still does, and I'm sure that's where they took this from. And it's like some special kind here. These are poles, and you buy them whatever length you want, and then there you go. All right, so what would me, Brad, personally do here? I like the east. I like sunrise coming streaming through the window. So I would put the kitchen over here, because that's the east right there, and you'd get sunlight streaming in the window. Sunlight's still coming in. See it right there? This is south, north, east. So I'd put the kitchen right there, me personally. I'd put the living room right here. I'd put maybe a laundry room, bathroom here, maybe a pantry or whatever, switch that around, whatever. And then maybe a master bedroom here on one floor. That way you could do one floor living. You could put a heck of a bathroom in here because this is at least 8 feet. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's 42. So 6 feet, well, maybe only 6 feet, 7 feet. I don't know. And maybe we didn't measure it right, but you get the idea. These are called bents. Okay, so this is a 7-foot bent or a 6-foot bent or whatever that is. But you could put in one heck of a bathroom in here, 6 foot by 8 foot, and a master bedroom over there. And then upstairs, sky's the limit. You could do a vaulted ceiling, you could do a fireplace, or you could just literally do a whole second floor. And you could have a game room. You could have 2 or 3 bedrooms up there. You've got about 1,200 and some square feet here. So double that and you're at 2,400, 2,500 square feet. So that's a pretty good sized house. Easy to heat. Throw radiant heat in here. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to Uncle Brad. I'm telling you the right thing. Put in your PEX when you're doing you put plastic down here first. A good concrete guy will tell you how to do this. If not, you need to do the research and you need to tell them what you want. I'm telling you, that's going to make you very happy with your contractors. Your contractors are going to be like, don't tell me what to do, maybe, but that's not the right contractor. The right contractor is going to say, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more. And why would you do that? And I'm glad to do it. Whatever you want. You're the boss. You're paying the bill. Isn't that how it works? Put your PEX in here. This is going to be your mechanical room in here somewhere, wherever that is, and just stub it up here. Now you can hang like a Rinnai gas radiant heat water heater in here. I mean, it's small. I'm talking about size of a bread basket. You hang it on the wall and all it does is heat the water and circulates it all throughout here. keep this house toasty, I'm telling you. You know why I'm so adamant about that? And I'm trying to beat you over the head with a stick like that, like Uncle Brad style? Because we put our addition on, and I had a builder friend say to me, we were in this state. He said, oh, you're going to put radiant heat in? I said, no, we're not doing radiant heat. What a fool I was. That was a real bozo move. And I regret it today, 5-6 years later. Put it in, that PEX will cost you $200. Whether you do it or not, it's up to you. But you can only screw this up once. Don't do like me. Okay, enough sermon. Got a full wraparound porch. Here's the water line, and you can see in the aerials, we just dug this. So we wanted to do this for these people because they're afraid of this stuff, right? I'm afraid of the water line. I don't like contracts. I'm afraid of the septic system. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm afraid to get taken advantage of, whatever, power. It's all done for you. We could have, this is the PEX line here, by the way, that blue stuff. It's fantastic. It can freeze and it doesn't burst and all that other stuff. Now, they don't recommend you letting it freeze, so it's down 2 feet here. That's the whip that goes in the house. But I didn't want to just put in a whip here, so we put in a hydrant. This is a frost-proof hydrant, and this is the real deal. This design hasn't changed since like 1904. And what happens is when that shuts off, there's a little foot valve in there, and that foot valve opens and drains all this water that was in here. And it's a frost-proof hydrant, so you can come out here at 10 below if we don't get weather like that, but you could come in at 10 below, pull that up. You've got water to water your animals, water your garden, whatever you need. We could have run 3/4 inch butyl, which is very common here in the black roll, all the way down there, but you wouldn't have enough volume. People are like, oh, pressure. It's not the pressure, it's the volume. And when you think about a big straw or a little tiny straw, you're sucking pretty hard. What's happening is the water's trying to push, and it's got friction, it's got resistance. And that friction will slow that water down, and you'll have no volume. So you're in the shower and your kids flush the toilet and you're covered with soap. You'll know what I'm talking about. That's a visual, huh? Thinking of me in the shower. Yikes! Anyway, that's exactly what, oh, here I'm going on with this big dissertation about we could have run 3/4 inch. We didn't. We ran 2 inch SDR 21. What does that look like? Well, it looks like this. This is the bell end. And inside that bell end is a gasket. So what you do is you clean it. You got a little rag in your pocket. You clean it, and then you put some pipe lube in there. They have special lube for this. It's kind of almost like lard or Crisco. It's food grade, and you just smear a little bit in there, and you stick the male piece into there, bottom it out here, done. So what happens is there's no cracking. These are just leftover pieces. Movement, expansion, and contraction. Any kind of seismic, anything, that stuff's the best stuff. That's what the town puts on the water lines to supply everybody. They use 6 inch or 8 inch or 4 inch, depending on where you live. But this stuff is the bee's knees, and it's called SDR 21. And you can see how big it is. I got big fat fingers. So there's tons of volume. We put in 1,600 feet for you. You come up here, 1,600 feet, even up the hill. That'll stand a garden hose straight up. Woo, baby. Eureka, we got water. Okay, let's go look at the septic system. I'm not going to see much, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Why did we opt to put it way over here? Two reasons. First of all, the truck that brings the septic tank in has to be pretty level and flat, or he'll flip over. And then also the septic sucker guy, honey dipper, he's going to need some kind of a nice level area. So that's pretty level right there. So put it in, it's out of the way. That way, if you ever want to do a pool or a garden, you can put that over there. No problem. Well, there you go. I hate to do this. I'm in flip-flops. But I'm going to have to show you because I'm talking about septic tanks all the time. Okay, here we go. I'm going to blow my shoulder out again. There you go. 1,500 gallon septic tank. And there's the clean out right there. And you're probably saying, what's the clean out look like? Well, it looks just like that. So you can put one of these risers. Now that's like a 8-inch riser. You can buy these cheap. I don't know, maybe $40 or $60 or something like that. $25. I don't know. I'm just guessing. You put one of them there after you do your final grade. That way you can mow right over top of that. If that's covered right to the top with grass, you just mow right over that. That thing doesn't rise up just that much, half inch. You're going to be mowing at 3 inches or 3.5 inches anyway. So the line goes down there, and then the lateral line. Okay, we're going to do it real quick. You flush the toilet, you got solids that come down here and liquid. The solids drop in here. The liquid fills up eventually, right? Brand new, it's pretty empty. The liquids, it's all decomposing down there aerobically or anaerobically. I can't remember which one it is. And then it goes out, the black water goes out down to a distribution box. That distribution box, we're going to drive down there. I can show it to you. It branches out, it distributes into lines. In this case, 3 100-foot lines. That's what the health department recommended, 300 feet. It's got final grade on it. I'm not going to be able to show you the chambers, all that stuff. You've heard of a leach field and stuff like that. Well, that's all going to go in there and percolate out into all that topsoil. On the other side of those trees is Doctor's Fork. There's a little bit of woods, of course, and then it goes down to the river. For all intents and purposes, it's a river. You can call it what you want to. You can call it a creek. Heck, you buy this place, you can call it whatever you want. The price on this place is going to be in the 200s, 25 acres. The barn, there's another barn over here. I believe that barn to be, see the one with the rusty roof? That's probably 30 by 70, something like that. Now, it's always good to get the health department. If you're over 10 acres, I don't know what the story is. You don't need a certified installer, but we got one anyway. And we just cut the fence here to come through here and came down into these bottoms. There's the distribution box. I can't pick that up by myself. And then there are 3 lines that come out this way of chambers. And they're almost straight, but they get a little bit of a hook to them. So that way, I guess they're draining or whatever. Then there's also what they call a curtain drain on this side, which is a big ditch. And then they put stone filled up with stone and a pipe. And basically, if there's any water that's going to come off of this hill, it's not going to cover up your leach field. It's going to go in that curtain drain and then shoot on out. That was recommended by the health department and put in by the certified installer and then checked off, signed off by the health department, and everything's honky-dory. The river's right there. I'm not going to go walking out there because I'm in flip-flops. Because heck, it could be one of them rattlehead cocker moccasins or something. Oh no. All right, now I'm going to prove to you I'm in 2-wheel drive. And we're going to go up here. Now this grass can be slippery. Now, are you going to bring your Cadillac El Dorado up here? Probably not, but it's not as steep as what you think. And we're still in 2-wheel drive, and you come right on up. Now, after you get 2 inches of rain, I wouldn't recommend it. Or maybe 5 o'clock in the morning when the dew is on the grass, I wouldn't recommend it, but you get the idea. The view, to me, is spectacular. I love living here. Cindy and I live 5 miles away. We love it because Danville's just right up here, and Danville's super easy to get to and it has everything. It's got Starbucks and TJ Maxx and Hobby Lobby and all that stuff. Right here is a pad all set for a really nice shop. So you can make it bigger or add on to it or whatever you want to do. But it's plenty big right now for that shop to be one heck of a shop. And the property goes all the way over to that other power line there. So there's the pond and all this up in here too. What does Prairieville have? Well, it's got a really cool little restaurant and bar. Mimi's got her liquor license now, so you can go down there and get a glass of wine if you want with your friends, which is kind of cool. Of course, if you have 25 acres and a Barndo with views like this, you probably don't need to go out very often. We used to go out all the time. We just don't do it anymore. We'll go out, but only once in a while. We like to have friends over They bring a dish, they bring a side, we do the meats or whatever. They'll bring a couple bottles of wine. We got a couple bottles of wine. All right, we go down this other side. Why are we going down here? Because the property goes out to the highway. It goes from the new road to the old road. There's actually 3 tracks. So if you wanted to subdivide for any reason, if you wanted to, maybe you got a kid who wants to build a house, you could do that. It's already in 3 tracks. You wouldn't have to do it. The Barndo's on 8.5 acres. Then there's 15.5 acres next door. And then there's an 1.5 acres up here. It's a little triangle, plenty big enough to build a house if that's what you want. Me, I want my privacy. So that's worth a whole lot to me. But you just never know what family situations are going to bring. There's the Doctor's Fork. Woo-hoo. And then this triangle here, I'll show you here in the aerials, is all part of it. We're going to go up and see the barn too, so hold on. While I'm here, I'm going to show you everything. I try to. Beautiful entrance here. This is where the water line is. And that's also where your water meter is. So if you ever need an opportunity to shut off your meter, that's where it's going to be. Now there's an easement, a legal easement on here. Then there's a 10-foot, I think there's 10-foot water line easement as well. It's all in the plat. It's simple. You can just read it. It's just plain English. Now your line is going to be close to this barn. I'd say 3, 4, 5, 6 feet off of this barn, this lower barn. This is your barn here. That's going to need a new piece of tin up there. Get a young Amish guy to do that. They're not afraid of anything. Me, I'd be like, woohoo! My knees would be jelly. You can see where he mows and where he doesn't. That's your property line. Real nice guy. His wife was born here. I mean, she's lived here her whole life, and they're probably in their 30s. There's a little creek that runs down there. And this is an old tobacco barn, which, if you could smell it, you can actually smell some of the old tobacco. All these old Kentucky tobacco barns all smell alike. It's pretty neat. Now this is a real, like a 7 bent barn or whatever. And these are 12 feet, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are probably 10-foot bents. So this would be a 70-footer. And this is called the driveway, and those are called the sheds. So how big's your driveway? 16. How big are your sheds? 12 or whatever. So 24, 16, that's what, 30? 40. 40 by 70, that's probably accurate. And these are tobacco sticks. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. All right, I'll tell you. So they have this thing called a tomahawk. And that's what it looks like. It's got a wooden handle, and then it's just got a really sharp blade on the end. And you grab I'm here by myself, I can't turn this thing around. You grab the tobacco stalk here with one hand, and you take the other tomahawk and you cut it off at the bottom of the ground. Then you take it, and you see how these are pointed? And you spear that tobacco on here, or you can have a point, which is like a needle, they're wicked sharp. And you put like 4 or 5 stalks on there. Then you load them on the wagon. Then the wagon backs in or drives through, right up in here. Now you're on the wagon, you pick up one of those sticks and you hand it to the first tier man, and then the second tier man or girl, and then the third one, and then the fourth one. So there's a lot of exercise going on, a lot of up and down, but there's a person on each one of these, and they're straddling these 4x4s or 3x4s, one there and one there. They're straddling that like this, and they're lifting the tobacco up higher, higher, higher. And then once this is full, they're backing up. Once this is full, then they go to the next one. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how much work that is. This is also a cattle catch in here. So you bring your cows in this way, and you just get temporary gates. Then you run them down through this chute. And what's going to happen to them at the end of this chute is never a great day for the cow or the bull or the soon-to-be steer. The head chute right in here, they lock them in. They either inoculate them, burn their horns off, or cut their special purpose off, or all three. It's the worst 20 seconds of your life. I mean, they do it so fast. Like boom, boom, boom. Yikes. And there you go. Now this platform is here to store hay, so it's not on the dirt. But you put equipment over here or whatever, and you store your tobacco sticks up in there. Super people. I've known them since Dana was probably 5 or 6 years old. So 30 years, something like that. And she's a nurse. It's good to have farmer friends. It's good to have nurse friends. Orthopedic surgeon is great if you're real active with sports. That's good. It's good to have foodie friends, winemaking friends. But anyway, all this triangle here, that all goes with it. There's about 1.5 acres. It's really like just a little add-on piece, but you got to realize that most people in this world don't even live on 1.5 acres. Okay, in the 200s, let's just say 280,000 payments are going to be under 1,400. What's it going to take to finish it? That's entirely up to you. You may be all fancy, and I'm not that fancy. What is it going to look like when it's done? Are you going to have marble? Or are you going to have formica? All those things make a huge difference. You've got super fast internet out here. You got municipal water. And you got great power. You got a 3-phase line right on this road. Those are the first lines to get taken care of in a power outage. There are actually people who live right behind my car who go to Louisville to the Ford plant. It's just an hour drive this way. This way is going to take you to Danville and then hop up to either Frankfurt, the state capital, or Lexington. There's plenty of jobs in Danville. In Danville, there's over 500 positions available right now. Good jobs, not like McDonald's jobs that they need to fill. So if you're looking for a job, you just come right on here. We got plenty of jobs. Guess who it is? With my cheat sheet. Actually, she's got no teeth, so it's like this. What, do you live in the barn? Has your mother or your grandmother ever hollered at you? What? Has your mother or your grandmother ever hollered at? If your mother or grandmother ever hollered, and you could build your own place, Romeo, and build your own place, sure you could. We're going to show you how, and I'm going to show you everything, and I'm going to share all the numbers. The truck that brings the septic tank in, the truck that brings the septic tank in. I'll try this one more time. That'll be in a blooper reel. I can't wait to see your comments below. Like and subscribe, because we've got a number of properties coming on the market that you're going to want to see. Don't forget to go to our website, bluegrassteam.com/blog, for the latest properties we have.